Hey, everybody, it's me, James Tyson from the Oracles with James Tyson. I am just setting up, I'm just dropping my pencil. I'm setting up some live updates, semi-live updates, because I'm actually recording this and giving you a heads up of what's going on the show coming up for July. I have an interview probably posted right now with Peter Panagore, who experienced a near-death was probably about 1980. He froze to death on the side of a mountain and came back. But he's better now. And actually, he died later of a heart attack, too. And he's better again. So Peter's on. A very interesting story about what his experience was like when he died. He's one of those guys that, he died, but remembers everything that happened on the other side. So he's going to come by. Actually, he is here. He is on everywhere a podcast can be found, including Snapchat for some reason. My podcasts through Spotify are on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, here on the YouTube. And while you're here, subscribe. I had another YouTube channel that's got a couple of thousand people following it, and I haven't had a podcast on that one for about 4 years. I'm trying to figure out how to get all those podcasts onto this channel. I have no idea how to do that, how to match them or move them back and forth and add each on different podcast channel. So yeah, this one is where the newer podcasts are, that are the 2014 to 2017 podcasts are on the other channel. This is the one I'd like you to drop by on. So subscribe if you get a chance. What's coming up is, there's Peter with his near death. We have Christine Alexandra coming on and talking about angel communication. And, basically she's psychic and sees dead people. But she does it more through the angelic realm. Very, very interesting. She's coming up in a bit, maybe another week. And then after her, a gentleman, Nathaniel Gillis, is dropping by to talk about demons. He's a demonologist and author, and we are going to discuss demons, which is always a heartfelt, light, little fluffy story. No. One man's demons, another man's elementals. So we're going to have that talk. What is a demon? What is a demon? And why are they such a bad thing? And sometimes it's all just a point of view. I think a Gohart, the Pan, the little guy playing the flute, half goat, half man, the ancient Greeks saw him as the god of the hillside. Christianity came in and said, no, it's a demon. And poor Pan's walking around going, dude, I wasn't expecting to be a god or a demon. I'm just living here playing my little fife. So is it us that change the terminology, or are they really, really just bad things? There's some sucky elemental beings, real jerks. So who knows? Could be the evil demons. So we're going to talk about that with Nathaniel Gillis. Again, that's coming up in a bit. Now, for the Patreon people, if you're supporting me on Patreon, bless you, because Patreon's gone for a poop. I shouldn't say that. They've changed, or they're kind of succumbing to rules through the United States where if I was to give you a gift for supporting me, it's a taxable benefit for you. I know, right? So every month I'd give away a psychic reading, past life regression, astrological chart, and we had planned when we got up to a certain amount of people, we would be giving away trips for 2 to paranormal hotspots around the nation. So if your name got drawn, you and a friend would be brought over, let's say, to the Queen Mary, do a paranormal investigation there, and we would film it as a documentary for YouTube. So clever. They're not gifts anymore. You'll just get stuff as a thank you. So they don't really have a value. Because imagine Patreon coming down saying, oh, you had a psychic reading? Oh, that must be worth a couple of $1,000s. So your $3 a month donation is actually, now we're going to tax you on your gift. And it's going to be us like, no. And the trips too. That's going to be basically, they're not really gifts. You're basically going to come to work for me on a documentary. And I'll ask you if you'd like to come. If you don't want to come, you don't want to come. You don't have to pay anything, but you don't want to come, you don't want to come. Nor does your friend that you're going to bring. So they're not benefits. They are, no, you're going to come hang out with me at a paranormal conference. You like UFOs, you're going to go to International UFO Congress back, way post apocalypse when they actually have conferences again. And we'll go up and watch UFOs with Melinda Leslie up in Sedona. Well, those aren't gifts. Those you'll just be coming with me because I like having people around to work with me. Working with me, not a gift. Working with me. Past life regression, astrological chart, psychic reading. Yeah, I'd like you to experience that. I know some people that you could experience that with. Don't worry about it. It's not a taxable benefit. It's just an experience. We can share it. No big deal. Not a big deal. This is where my lawyer puts in his thing saying this has been well researched and blah, blah, blah. And of course, those people in Canada, that doesn't even affect you. It's really that whole thing. Us Canadians, we heard about that when, Canadians would go down to The Price is Right and they'd win a car or a fridge or whatever. And then the taxman is standing there that day saying, well, you can't leave until you've paid the tax on the fridge you just won. It's like, whoa. Drew Carey, not even the fat Drew Carey, the skinny Drew Carey. Anyway, we've tweaked that a bit, and unfortunately, because of that coming out July 1st through Patreon, again we didn't draw any names in the last little while. So, like we did last time, we're going to end up drawing, instead of 3 names a month, we're going to end up drawing 12 names just to catch up. If you're interested in what goes on the Patreon subscriber thing, it's a $3 a month support donation, which goes basically to pay for my podcast platform, which is like $70 a month just for one of the platforms, and helping me out if I was to go to a conference or something, because it gets a little pricey. So that all gets put back into what you see, and maybe some new gear like a microphone or something. No, I don't live off of this, because it's like those people who write books. You don't make $1 million off books. You don't make $1 million off this. And if I do make a lot of money, guess who gets it back? You're going to be going on trips, because I'm retired and don't really need to live off donations from other people. This is all about giving. It's about the giving back to who is supporting. So it's kind of fun. So if you want to do that, you can go to the Oracles with James Tyson on Patreon, or it's Google the Oracles with James Tyson, or go to the website, theoracleswithjamestyson.com, click on donate. It's just like the price of an Ariana Grande frappe latte thing. So once a month. That's it. That's my commercial. So that's the challenges we had with Patreon. I'm going to do a few more of these. I'm going to do more live streaming just to get to know you guys, and we can all sit around. We can talk about woo-woo stuff. Again, this is a paranormal podcast, but not just a paranormal. And I don't mean just a paranormal, meaning ghosts and Bigfoot and Goatman and Mothman and the other men. I mean, we kind of jump into paranormal. Yeah. Oh, and we're going to be putting in a lot more of the paranormal teams from the UK, Australia, and US, and kind of talking about what's different about each of what they do and why they do it, and why some use psychics and why some don't, and why some will pay to actually go into an asylum to harass a dead person who was harassed in life, which is a whole other issue. But we'll check into a few of those things. We just have that conversation going. But I also do the metaphysical stuff. I do the paranormal / metaphysical / woo-woo and ufological. We talk to UFO experiencers, people that have been abducted and returned and have a memory of that, which is fascinating, absolutely fascinating to me. We talk to people who will take you out and look at a UFO. Melinda Leslie, my favorite lady in Sedona, Arizona, who took me out and I actually watched UFOs. So that was a bucket list thing going, oh, yeah, that's not really, oh, crap, look at them. There's like 9 of them and they're flying sideways and they're doing right angles and flare, like powering up and dimming back down when we flash them with little handheld lasers. Yeah, sure. I don't know who was piloting them. They could have been the crew from S4 down in Nevada. It could have been a bunch of aliens, or it could have been a bunch of guys from New Jersey who got a job with the Navy. Who knows? But they were unidentified. They were flying and they were objects and they were bouncing in and out of what was purported to be a portal. Very cool. If you ever go up to Sedona, Arizona, again, post-apocalypse, they're COVIDing right now. But yeah, stay away from Melinda if you got COVID. She's a nice lady. She doesn't need the hassle. But when it's all over, get out there. She's got the night vision. Boom, you get to see the UFOs. A lot of fun. Anyway, we talk about stuff like that, but I also do with the psychic stuff. Now, Skeeter Wellhouse is coming back online here after a bit of a psychic upgrade. We are going to be recording a lot more of the clearing dead people out of your house. Not the kind of stuff I did when I was a policeman where I had to wait for body removal, but this is actually, we do it anywhere on the planet. So if you know somebody who's got a legit, they think there's a ghost in their house, what that person and I would do, we would talk on the phone. And then once I determined, yeah, this sounds legit, and we would phone Skeeter up. She comes in on the phone call, takes a couple of deep breaths, boom, shows up in that lady's house remotely, describes what the inside of the house looks like, describes all the dead people she sees, or if she sees any dead people. And then that person and I will we will interview the ghost and find out what they're doing there, why are they with the house, why are they with the land, what the heck is going on. And then Skeeter will do her woo-woo and hopefully cross that over. If we don't cross them over, 90% of the time, if not more, we get them to voluntarily leave. Those who don't, we have a good success with actually negotiating rules of the house. Like, yeah, you're not supposed to be in this room. You can't come in that room. And please don't open and close the cupboards anymore because it's a pain in the butt. Usually they only do that when they're wanting attention anyway. You've given them attention when we've identified them. So let's hope they just stay in the study. Don't mess with the Xbox. So we'll start doing a little bit more of that. Of course, if you've got that kind of thing going on in your house and it's getting really hectic, you always go to your local woo-woo store, find somebody who can actually do that, and they'll come in and do it. We don't charge for it. This is a free service. I think the most Skeeter ever takes from something like this is a donation. Kind of like real paranormal investigators, when you call them to your house, they'll ask, like, they wouldn't mind a donation to cover the amount of batteries you actually use. And if you're in a paranormal you are a paranormal investigator and you're on a team, you know what I'm talking about, how many batteries you go through. But yeah, donations. Don't pay a paranormal team to come and check out your house. Don't do that. Do not pay a paranormal team to come in and investigate your house. There's enough legit paranormal teams out there will come in and do it. So yeah, we do that kind of stuff. Yes, but we do the woo-woo stuff too. Interviewing a lot of psychics, talking to them about things that are coming up, astrologists, that whole thing, because that's really fascinating to me. I really enjoy that kind of stuff. And we talk to the psychics from all over the world and get their ideas on it's COVID, what's going on right now, what's going on in the future, why something maybe happened in the past, and digging a little bit further into that, which is, I find, a lot of fun. And you do too. And if you have anybody out there you'd like me to interview, let me know. Just get a hold of me through the website, theoracleswithjamestyson.com. There's a contact thing there. Go to, actually, my email address is Jim's Ghost, JIMZ Ghost at gmail.com. So easy to get a hold of. Get a hold of me through, you can send me a message here on Instagram, YouTube, the Facebook, Twitter. I'm all over the place out there. So yeah, get a hold of me and we'll set something up if you either have a dead person in your house you want to talk to, or you know of somebody you'd like me to bring on, an author or somebody in the paranormal or metaphysical field that you'd like to jump by. Other things that people can do is, again, basically my podcast is everywhere podcast is. All the iHearts and iTunes and iThis and iThat. It's all out there. Facebook links all over the place. Facebook is a bit of an issue because Facebook is Facebook. The Facebook page is like sealed right now. I can't access it, so I'm dealing with Facebook, trying to get them to let me have access to my page again. If that doesn't work, I'm just going to open another page up. James Tyson on Facebook. I'm there. I'm wearing a hat like this, which I usually don't wear all the time, but I thought I'd do it for the first video. Thought I'd dress up for the first little video conference we've had. I see you're all sitting here. Yeah, but I want to do some live streams again, find out how you guys are doing, what's going on in your life. One of the things I found really fascinating with the apocalypse was I didn't know how much I counted on reading somebody's lips when they were speaking to me. Going to a store, going to that corner store where the person's got the mask on and they're behind the plexiglass, bulletproof, COVID-proof thing, and you can see them nodding and their head moving and their eyes kind of going up and down, and you know they're talking, but if freaking no idea what they're saying. Got motorcycle ears, got Harley ears. It's just too much loudness, too long. That, and I grew up in a real rock and roll kind of thing going on when I was a kid. Yeah. Oh, put the headphones on. Yeah, it'll keep the noise in. You don't just crank it up. It's funny, even when I'm riding the motorcycle, it's like a loud motorcycle. I put headphones on to listen to music and have to crank up the music to listen to it over top of the pipes. Yeah, so I'm pretty well deaf. But yeah, in a restaurant, the waitress will come up to you and you see her eyes sparkling and she's nodding her head, and I'm just like, I just could write something down and show it to me. I have no idea what you're saying. So we're going to talk about whatever's interesting, whatever you're finding is an anomaly in life, thanks to the apocalypse that we're going through. And we're actually going to talk about why this is happening at this time in our lives. And don't tell me that we don't have an effect on the planet, because like our air hadn't been this clean. Well, about a month ago anyway, hadn't been that clean for 100 years. We had like 3 different bird species in my area came through that haven't been seen since the 1910, 1920s, because they had always bypassed the pollution. So now they're actually, oh, look, it's not there anymore. You can see this. I go up to the mountains around here. Now I live in the West Coast, right on the coast mountains. You can actually go up the mountains and look into Washington State. I can damn near see San Francisco from where we are. Not really. Can't really see San Francisco from here, but it's so flippin' clear. You can see further down in the US than from those mountains than we used to, which will probably get in trouble because, you know, we're looking over the border and we shouldn't do that because the border is blocked. It's funny, it's blocked, but I got a bunch of friends who are down in LA right now that went down last week. Whole other issue. Bless you, wear a mask and don't come home. But things are interesting. Things are clean. My God, the water's clean. The creeks around here are fantastic. The rivers are brilliant. So we'll see what kind of fish come back at spawning this year. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, we definitely have an effect. And it was 90 days. And that effect, and well, not even 90 days. It was less than 90 days. And stuff turned around. It really did. So we do have an effect on this little blue planet we're spinning on. So remember that. And as we get back into things, and as we get back into quote unquote normal, remember the effect that we do have on the planet. And yeah, we don't want to, maybe it's the planet that's shutting us down. It's having to do this. It just needed a breather. But those are the things we talk about on the Oracles with me, James Tyson. And I'm going to try to figure out how to end the live stream. So this will be cool. And oh, there's a button now. I want to talk. Thank everyone. I want to talk to everybody. You know me and my talking. I want to thank everybody for listening to me thus far, and I look forward to doing some live streams with you. Ta-ta. Be safe. Just be nice to people.